Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Ifeni. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Ayo. Yes, let's start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. Now, the lead story, Buhari signs 21.83 trillion 2023 budget, differs finance bill, says ample provisions for elections, assents 2022 supplementary appropriation bill, urges National Assembly to reconsider ways and means by CBN as Lawan assures legislation will address bill. Gbajabiamila says budget increase by legislative arm in public interest. Yes, the budget was signed yesterday. The 2023 budget, that is, was signed yesterday by the President Muhammadu Buhari. And of course, with all the failings here and there, the finance bill, and of course, the bid by the President to get these ways and means, money already spent to be securitized. And will the National Assembly go ahead and do that even when it is against extant laws? Well, if I want to guess, I would say they would do it, because at the beginning of the 9th National Assembly, Senate President Ahmed Lawan pledged, and I think that pledge is to President Muhammadu Buhari, to pass any piece of legislation the President sends to the National Assembly. So, the National Assembly abandoning its role as checks on the executive to the extent that we now have a situation where laws are passed that are at variance or in contradiction to extant laws. But that is the budget we have today. President Muhammadu Buhari urging the National Assembly to also amend part of the laws he has signed, but he wants the National Assembly to work, the Minister of Finance to work with the National Assembly to correct some of the additions which the National Assembly has made. Now, just other newspapers, of course, reporting this story. The Guardian newspaper, amid high deficit, Buhari signs unreconciled 21.83 trillion naira budget, makes provisions for election transition program, initial spending jacked up by 1.32 trillion naira. New expenditure contains unfunded 555.46 billion naira. Now, the Vanguard newspaper also reporting the story. Federal government risk paying 1.8 trillion naira interest on 23.7 trillion naira loan. Well, one of the problems of the economy which the Buhari administration will be leaving behind. Yes, it's enough for Keyamo, spokesman, of course, for the Presidential Campaign Council of the APC, and a minister in the administration of President Buhari to defend what the administration has done. But a situation when you have serious debt service to revenue problem, a country using as much, over 70% of its revenue to service debt.
Close to 100%. Not over 70%.
Yes,
close to 100%.
It's a close to 100% to service debt. Yes, well, Keyamo is not an economist the last time I checked, but brilliant people like Ruben and Keyamo, you don't know when they go and study another course, but the last time I checked, Keyamo is a lawyer, not an economist. So perhaps you should listen to what the economists are saying. You cannot use almost 100% of your revenue to service debt, and you're saying you want to leave behind a good economy. Now, let's look at other stories quickly. Now, in the Vanguard newspaper, yes, there's a story beside the photograph. Second Niger Bridge, I had no altercation with Obasanjo. Obi of Onisha counters presidency. Yes. In responding to the former President Olusegun Obasanjo's letter. Of course, the presidency threw in a lot of issues, dropped a lot of names, and of course, one of the issues they raised there was that the second Niger bridge that former President Olusegun Obasanjo failed to attend to, he had altercation with the Obi of Onitsha. Thank God, the Obi of Onitsha is alive, and he has come out to say, look, please, I never had an altercation with OBJ, former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Now, the New Telegraph newspaper, 2023 presidency, nobody can expel G5 from PDP. Wike says something wrong with PDP for Obasanjo to support Obi as Tom Edwin Clark, Ebube Monso back ex-president's choice. Nothing will make Benue lose to APC. Governor, I don't know what Dr. Samuel Otom is saying. In one breath, you are recommending to your people. Yes, that's what he is recommending Peter Obi of the Labour Party. In another breath, you are saying nothing will make Benue lose to APC. But we'll see how this game pans out, where you want to go to the Senate. On the same day, you have the presidential election, you have the National Assembly election, and you educate your people. Don't vote for PDP in the presidential election. Vote for PDP in the National Assembly election. Don't forget, it's the logo of political parties that are on the ballot box, not the face of Atiku, Tinubu, or Peter Obi. Now, the Nation newspaper, APC, PCC, Obi's backing by Obasanjo, Clark weakens PDP. Like similar endorsement in 2019, they will fail, says Keyamo. Of course, he echoed that this morning on this program. Well, the political permutations when Buhari was running as a candidate is different from the political permutations today. Over time, Buhari showed that wherever he went, whether ANPP, CPC, PDP, he carried his ardent followers along and they voted for him. Those votes, are they transferable? Those fanatics, to use that word advisedly, that followed Buhari everywhere he went, are they transferable to the APC candidate? At a time, many of those Buhari followers are saying that they were worse off than they were in 2015, when they followed President Muhammadu Buhari almost sheepishly through the political process. Now, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, of course, the lead story, 52 days to elections, LP, PDP, APC, a flurry of activities. But I draw attention to the story above the masthead. With or without G5 governors, Atiku is winning presidential election, or your PDP leaders hold freedom walk for PDP presidential candidate today. G5 used party platform to become governors. Adeniji ex-FEMA boss, Wike Otom Ogwani Ikpeazu, arrive Ibadan for Makinde tomorrow. Now, there's a showdown there. Governor Sheyi Makinde, PDP governor, member of the G5, he has an election to contest for a second term. Yet, he's on the other side, saying his people will not, of course, he has not thrown his weight behind Atiku, at least for now. But there are other political bigwigs. The last time I checked, of course, Sheyi Makinde is a young man. I can call him a young man. Yeah. PDP bigwigs in that state who have been in the game since 1999. And if they are not on Sheyi Makinde's side, will he find it easy in his own election? I remember Sheyi Makinde battling with Ayo Fayose for who is the leader of the PDP in the Southwest. At last, Ayo Fayose had to succumb that as the sitting governor, it has to be Sheyi Makinde. But now, Sheyi Makinde come and lead PDP in the Southwest, is absent. They went to Osun for campaign. He did not show up, yet PDP won. What will happen to Sheyi Makinde if he continues with his G5 tirade and G5 activities ahead of the elections? If things don't change, can he wrestled a second term on the ballot on that day. Let's see. Daily Trust newspaper. 9 months after resignation, Adamu Kyari, Nasia's seat still vacant in Senate. Constituents lament tackle INEC vacancies treated as APC's internal affairs lawyer. I can't comment on matter until Okoye. Of course, when legislators' seats are vacant, the duty of INEC is to organize election and fill that position. But that is not happening in that case. Now, the foreign newspapers quickly. Now, the Times of London, compulsory maths until 18 for every school child. Sunak on personal mission to reform education. This is a new one. Of course, Rishi Sunak will be making his first big statement today. And, of course, one of the things he will be talking about is how to reform education. Now, he's saying, you must do mathematics until you are 18 years in British schools. Now, the Wall Street Journal, quickly, McCarthy fails in 3 votes on speaker bids. Yes, for the first time in over 100 years.
This is 1923.
Yes. The Congress on day of inauguration, could not elect a speaker. Of course, the Republicans, yes. They of course, has a party with a majority, but you have to get to the threshold of votes. But after 3 votes,
3 ballots.
3 ballots, Kevin McCarthy could not make it. Okay, now there's no speaker as we speak.
We seem to have run out of time. But as for Seyi Makinde, I hope there will be peace in Oyo State, because yesterday, some PDP leaders met in Oyo State. They are organizing a freedom march for Atiku, and that's tomorrow. Yeah. And you say tomorrow too, Seyi Makinde has his own program too.
No, his fellow governors are arriving
They are
tomorrow.
coming to town. Well, are they going to attend the freedom march for Atiku in Ibadan, being organized by Oyelese, Bola Rumi, and Jumoke Akinjide, and others? So that's the question. But Makinde has been replaced by the Osun State governor as the leader of the PDP campaign.
Yes. Of course, he failed to deliver.
In the Southwest. Okay, just to put that straight. And meanwhile, Ghana is now testing travelers from China. We are saying we don't have any reason to do it in Nigeria. I hope Adetifa, who is in charge of the center for
I hope we are not afraid of China because we have taken so much loans.
Well,
I mean, it's a no-brainer.